Hi, hello, my name's Mike in the Box, and welcome to one of our last After Hours after show on WandaVision, because next week we're going to have a full review of the show as a whole, and then we got Falcon and the Winter Soldier, so this is the last one for WandaVision, because it doesn't look like there's going to be a season 2. Okay, I know you're sick of these little begging for subscriber things, and honestly, so am I. A percentage of my viewers aren't actually subscribed to the channel, but all I want you to do is just check you're subscribed. You can unsubscribe at a later date. It's literally just free. It's one click. And if you want to help out smaller creators, then please just subscribe to the channel. It means so much to me, so please just subscribe. Anyway, I won't keep you any longer. Thanks for subscribing, because you're going to subscribe. Alright, see you later. Bye-bye. Thank you. Hello. Welcome back to the After Hours After Show. Today we're going over episode 9 of WandaVision, called the series finale. So, let's just jump into it with the synopsis. This episode opens right where the last one left off, and we are thrown straight into the fight scenes. Agatha begins to absorb Wanda's powers, because when Wanda throws her powers, Agatha absorbs them. So Wanda throws the car at her, just like she did Tony in Civil War, which only leaves Agatha's boots inside the house that she crashes into, which is an obvious reference to the Wizard of Oz. White Vision arrives and approaches Wanda. Wanda is obviously confused by this, and as she holds White Vision's head, he holds hers, and it just begins to crush her, and then he goes, "I thought you were strong." Then Hex Vision shows up and throws White Vision into a car, which blows it up. The two Visions engage in a fight after he walks out all cool. Wanda goes out looking for Agatha. Monica calls Wanda from inside the house where Pietro, who is revealed to be a dude named Ralph Boner, keeps her captive there. Which, I'll get back to Ralph Boner thing later. Ralph throws Monica down, and we return to the Visions fighting. Wanda finds Agatha, who says that Wanda is the Scarlet Witch and her power exceeds that of the Sorcerer Supreme, who we know the Sorcerer Supreme to be Doctor Strange. This one line sets up the upcoming conflict between Strange and Wanda, which we will have in Multiverse of Madness, which should have been coming out in May, but now we've got it March next year, which is honestly tamping. Agatha cuts the spell of Dottie, who reveals herself to be a woman who I think is named Sarah. The twins are in their room when Wiccan can feel her mother like in pain, so the twins leave and go and try to help. Agatha then cuts all of the spells on the guys in Westview, and the civilians surround Wanda, and while Wanda is overwhelmed by so many people, she just falls to the ground like crying, and then accidentally begins to strangle them all, which honestly, you know what, you do you, because I have zero hate in my heart for Wanda Maximoff. Agatha says that heroes don't torture people, so Wanda lets them free, temporarily ending the hex. But in that space of time, Sword managed to enter. Wanda sees Vision begin to crumble like he did in the episode 5, and the twins do the same. So that tells us these guys can't exist without the hex, which sets up the end. She closes the hex again, but Sword are already inside. Agatha, White Vision, and Sword surround our new family of superheroes like the Incredibles and the fight begins. Hex Vision throws White Vision into the library, where we got the most Vision fight ever. Just a battle of the wits between them both. With Vision using the ship of Theseus to outsmart White Vision. This fight ends with Hex Vision restoring White Vision's memory. And then White Vision flies away. The ship of Theseus thing is actually really cool as well. I really like that. The whole thing of it is once all the planks of the ship of Theseus are replaced, is it still the ship of Theseus? Like, if you take out all the planks, put them all back together. Now, if you take out one plank, replace it with a different one, and then once you've done it for all of the planks, is it a new boat, or is it still the ship of Theseus? Vision uses this to say the planks of Vision are his memory, and as long as Vision has his memory, he is the real Vision. Vision gives him White Vision his memories back, saying, "You are the real Vision. I've been disillusioned. I thought I was, but you are. So, here's my memories. Off you go. Do what you need to do." Wanda tells her twins to handle the military, which I thought was hilarious, whilst she fights Agnes. The boys pull up Professor X and Quicksilver, where Wiccan holds the soldiers still and Speed takes all their weapons off them. Speed also returns with a hat and glasses on that he stole, which I thought was really funny. It was a reference to Quicksilver. Hayward steps out of his car and starts shooting at the children. Monica, being the hero she is, steps in front of the bullets, and they just go straight through it. saving the children. What we didn't know, Monica didn't know she could absorb bullets, which is really cool, seeing as she just stepped in front of these children who might not even be real. Hayward tries to run away, gets in his car, tries to drive off, but he is hit by Darcy, who rams into the side of him and goes, "Have fun in prison," and that's all we see of Darcy this episode. Wanda gives Agnes a nightmare where we see, where we return to Salem, and Agnes's cover return from the dead, but instantly turn on Wanda because Wanda's the Scarlet Witch. When we return to Westview, Wanda fights Agnes in the sky. Wanda puts runes on the sides of the hex, and before Agnes can drain Wanda of all her power, the runes kick in, and Agatha can no longer use her powers inside the hex. Wanda absorbs Agatha's power, and we see her new suit, the new Scarlet Witch, by far one of the coolest suits in the MCU. Agatha is forced to stay as the nosy neighbour, and after she says, "You have no idea what you have unleashed, you'll need me," which is definitely setting up the Multiverse of Madness, with Agatha referencing Wanda's chaos magic, which can damage the fabric of the multiverse, which inevitably would snap it and break it, which is how I thought this one out, but it didn't, which I'm fine with. The family return home and have their final goodbyes. Wanda thanks the boys for choosing her to be their mum, which is a very mysterious line. Wanda reveals that Hex Vision is the piece of the Mind Stone that lives in her. He is her sadness, her grief, but is technically alive. Which explains why she couldn't control him, because he is her. Vision says, "So long, my dear," and the hex ends. Wanda says goodbye to Monica, and Wanda flies away. So that is the episode. Personally, a big fan of it. We've got the post-credit scenes to cover now, but I wish we got more Darcy. More Jimmy Woo would be fantastic. More Jimmy Woo and Darcy, just the goats. But I was perfectly fine with the finale we got here. I thought it was amazing. Post-credit scene 1. Jimmy Woo is commanding his FBI agents and says hello to Monica, but because he is a busy king, Monica is told that she is needed in the theatre. A scroll is revealed and says that an old friend of her mother's wants to meet her in space. Obviously, this is Nick Fury, but the cool thing is that this scene is setting up Captain Marvel 2 and the Secret Invasion TV show. Because they're still... if we keep getting Skrull post-credit scenes, I'm going to be annoyed, because I don't think we'll be seeing Secret Invasion until 2023. So just stop teasing Secret Invasion so much. We've got a while till Secret Invasion is a thing. And also I want the MCU to kind of take a breather and go with more solo stories before we jump back into the crossovers. Okay. We have a long post-credit scene 2. We have a continuous shot of the mountains, and we reach a cabin where Wanda is making tea. But in the back room is the real Wanda, who is reading the Darkhold. She hears the voices of her kids and slams the book shut, and that is where it ends. I think this is a scene ripped directly from Doctor Strange 2, because it feels very Sam Raimi, like Evil Dead. Stop Snapchatting me. It's my pose. Here I think we are seeing Wanda looking through the multiverse, as shown by the spherical balls thrown around her, which could symbolise the worlds she's looking through, trying to find her kids, which is what I got from this, because she's a Nexus being. She can tap into different realities. I think this is her, she's researched her powers. She knows she's a Nexus being now, so she just decides, I'm going to go looking through these realities, trying to find my children, and then she finds the one, slams it shut, and we'll see this in Doctor Strange too. She might want help from Doctor Strange, but then when he says, no, I'm not messing up the fabric of reality with you, she just goes, alright, fine, I'll do it myself, and then does everything herself. Or maybe she doesn't do it herself. Maybe Agnes helps her. I think Agnes will be an ally to Wanda in Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, because that would be sick, and I really want to see more Catherine Hahn. WTF questions and answers, Ralph Boner. Let's get into this. I think that we would have had so many more answers if Phase 4 had played out how it was planned. If WandaVision was the 4th project in Phase 4, which is what it was supposed to be, then we would have had a lot more answers than questions. And I think one of them would have been that Ralph Boner is a mutant by a different name. Obviously it's a fake name, but not the same Quicksilver from the Fox movies. Like J. Jonah Jameson from Far From Home. They cast the same guy to play the same role, but they're not from different realities. They were made and born in the MCU. I hope this is the case. It's also a very Quicksilver thing to do, to make his fake name a joke. Like, he laughs at his own name in this well, not in the post-credit scene, in the episodes. When she says Ralph Boner, he goes, Boner. Like, he laughed at his own name. Obviously, it's funny, but I feel like he was under less of, like, a control by Agnes. Like, he seemed much more, like, personal and, like, much more independent than a lot of the other guys in the Hex. But yeah, I think that we would have had the announcement. Yeah, he is a mutant, but seeing as you haven't seen the Eternals yet, which explains that mutants exist, we're not going to tell you that he's a mutant. But yeah, I think Eternals is going to reveal that mutants have always existed, which would be sick. No Mephisto? Not on screen, no. But it was confirmed by the director that there was meant to be a scene where Senior Scratchy, you know, the rabbit, transformed into a big demon who, let's be honest, is Mephisto. I don't care, I count it as a win. So technically Mephisto was supposed to be in the show, but they took him out because of Corona. They had a lot more stuff planned for the last episode, but because of Rona they couldn't do anything. They couldn't do all these crazy wacky ideas because of, you know, the restrictions and stuff. But I was fine with the finale we got. I think they worked best with what they had. But there was supposed to be so much more in this last episode that would have made it by far one of the best episodes of the show. Like, this isn't the strongest episode, but it is. I wouldn't say it's the worst. But with all that added stuff, not only would it have pleased the fans who were annoyed with the Ralph Boner stuff, which is just stupid, chill out, it was a joke, you know, we didn't even get that much of him in the show anyway. Chances are he'll show up again, like, don't be too upset about it. Because of all your complaining, they're probably going to wreck on it, but don't complain too much about WandaVision and your theories not being confirmed, because it doesn't matter that much, it's not that deep. And also, if you were to complain about WandaVision, we wouldn't get any more creative stuff from the MCU and it would die very fast. But yeah, I'm taking half of a win. I'm taking one half of a win on this Mephisto stuff because he was supposed to show up, but he didn't because of Rona. So I count it as a win. Where to now? Well, we'll see Wanda again in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. She'll most likely be the villain, and I will support her. I will support my queen. I'm starting to think as well that Spider-Man No Way Home will be a contained, grounded story that deals with the identity revealing stuff, and they will save the multiverse stuff with Doctor Strange for the post-credit scene, setting up, you know, a Spider-Verse film, which is what I want. I've called it from day one that I've always wanted them to finish the Tom Holland trilogy and then do a multiverse film. And seeing as this is going to be Spider-Man No Way Home, hopefully will be him as his most independent. That's what I want to see. I want to see Spider-Man independent with his mates. Hopefully Daredevil, because I love Daredevil. That's what I want. Not Daredevil taking on a father figure, please, for the love of God. Just let them be friends. Let Spider-Man breathe in this film. Let him have a personal, grounded, contained story and save Sinister Six, multiverse Sinister Six, with Toby and Andrew for the next film, because with that build-up of them having all of their film series finish, not including Andrew Garfield's, I think hopefully they'll do something with his Spider-Man later on. That would be incredible. I'd love them to do something with a new Andrew Garfield Spider-Man. Like maybe he's the Spider-Man in the Venomverse, which is what I saw High Top say in his Venom video, which I thought was a sick idea actually. With them finishing the two best Spider-Man's trilogies, it would make sense for them to then go, alright, you know who these guys are, here's them together, in a separate film, which is what I want. Okay, conclusion time, lads. WandaVision Episode 9 is not the strongest in the show, but it does a great job in finishing the series with a satisfying conclusion that ends with Wanda, because it's a story of Wanda and Vision. It set out to be a story of Wanda and Vision, and that's why, and that's what we got, and I'm beyond happy with the end result. So I'm giving WandaVision Episode 9 a 7 out of 10. What did you think about it? Please let me know in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next episode, which is probably a review of WandaVision. So yeah, stick around sometime this week. We'll have a full review of WandaVision coming out. Yeah, thanks so much, guys. Adios, my dudes. Catch you out.